The address is 1265. The place is known as Titletown. Welcome to legend Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now it's Bucky Irving to return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. They'll run with the third-year man. It's Rachaad White. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Down Baker. He'll find his running back, White. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Second down and 8. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That's caught down the field. He's got McMillan. A pickup there of 28 yards.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On first down, right back to White. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll send their tight end left. Another run here with White. And he will get into the end zone. Rachaad White. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now the replacement for Aaron Jones. Here's Josh Jacobs. Jacobs. And he's gonna go all the way. An electrifying run. 76 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run plays to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return is Sean Tucker. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense ready now for their second drive. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by White. And he'll work this past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Way Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle. Second and 7. Mayfield. He'll find McMillan here. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Receiver in motion, going right. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. They get 15 on that game. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Baker gonna hand it to White. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. Here comes Otten in motion. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Nice 1st down pickup there by Jalen McMillan. And Mike, as he tries to find his role in this Bucs offense, I think a lot of his opportunities are going to come inside at that slot position. Not only his ability to find soft spots and have good instincts to get himself open and uncover, but also the quickness to win man-to-man. And that combination is going to get him a lot of targets. Remember, he had 5 receiving touchdowns each of the last 2 seasons back in college.
That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
To throw is Mayfield. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Packers offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. On play action, Love.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll get this ahead, gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. He's going to have a Packers first down as he'll get this up to the 25. On the bootleg, it's Love. That's Dobbs, open left side. Here's a 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. Third and 5. Throwing is Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. And that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass, unmask the defense, and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. First and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On first and 10, here comes Jacobs. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. The big defensive lineman, Vita Vea, on the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. They've converted 2 3rd downs already on this drive, and here's 3rd and 4. He's got a man. That's Watson. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. Second and a yard. They'll run with Emmanuel Wilson. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in,
and he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Jacobs, touchdown, Green Bay. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Tucker. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st down is Mayfield. He connects with Palmer on that one. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. One of the tight ends motions right. 2nd down throw for Mayfield. This one is caught by Shepard. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Taking off. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is White. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. They'll go again with White. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They need to get it to the 27. This is 3rd down. Now Mayfield. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
I think the most frustrating element to all of this is when you look downfield, there's guys open. There's plays to be made downfield in the passing game, but quite frankly, the pass protection has just been so bad that they haven't been able to take advantage of any of it.
On 4th down, Chase McLaughlin in for the BUCS. This is going to be from 53 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer. The Packers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
That's to Dobbs again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Dobbs headed in motion. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And he'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Love to throw on 1st and 10. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's got another one. Josh Jacobs Touchdown, Packers. That is his third touchdown of the afternoon. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Tucker. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They go play action with Mayfield. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Slot man in motion right. On 2nd down, Baker. This one complete right side. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll try to run for it. Here's White. He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Bucs cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. This returnable with Reed. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Packers offense getting set to get back to work. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Toward the middle, that one caught by Watson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's Here's 2nd and 2. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll go play action with Love. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
What a luxury. There's certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
1st down throw there is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That's complete to Watson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. Here now, 3rd and 5. Love to throw. He'll try to run for it. About 19 yards on that one. And they're in business. It's 1st and goal. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. Love. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Now Love. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball, and right now, in the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Love. To the goal line and in. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Green Bay. Now it's McManus for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. To return is Tucker. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Buccaneers offense going to take over just before the half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. The Buccaneers offense going to get it one final time in this first half. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They motion the slot man left. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. That is caught by McMillan. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Quick throw here is complete. And they have the first down. So they get the completion on 1st and 5. And now they'll set up 1st and 10. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Packers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. Third and 9. Here's Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, Packers.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation. And that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
Timing and trust. critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On play action, Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Throwing on second down, Love. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Now Love. This one up top for Dobbs. And he will go all the way. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Tucker. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Buccaneers offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Jalen McMillan, the one he was looking for there. And it'll lead to a second down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Third down and 9. Slot receiver headed right. From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Buccaneers getting their punter out there. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. In trouble, and down he goes. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka maneuvering in there to bring his man down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, Nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
On second down, Love. That complete to Jacobs. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. The man in motion is Watson. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. This pass is caught by Cade Otten.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. He's going to run it.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Mayfield. This one complete to Palmer. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. So here in the 2nd half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points, but really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. In motion, Reed. We'll go play action with Love. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And this ball incomplete on third down. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And that'll set up fourth down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly Turner ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
This returnable with Palmer. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. Get this complete right side to Otten. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 2nd down, Baker. He finds his tight end, Keith. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
That's to the left side, caught by McMillan. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They go play action with Mayfield. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
On play action, Mayfield. Down to the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers are able to cut into the deficit. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This returnable with Reed. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. That's into traffic, but taken in. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Running is Jacobs. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Levante David doing his work on defense. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And that is incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On comes the Packers punting team. That is fielded at the 20. And some nifty running on the return. Picked up some good yardage before he was taken down. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. A short one there to Otten. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That one complete. It's the tight end, Otten. He's going to have that 1st down, gain of 6 as they convert on 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Mayfield got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
Here comes Otten in motion. He'll try to run with White. That one only good for a gain of 1 to the 2 to set up third and goal.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against a wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves up here to defend a 4th and goal try.
McLaughlin's kick is good, and the Buccaneers are back within 2 scores.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away. This returnable with Reed. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Room up the sideline at the 45. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
We've just seen it time and time again here today. He just continues to get them for big runs, and I think this one might be his best of the bunch.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run the toss to Jacobs. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. A carry here for Wilson. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This a 31-yard attempt. McManus's kick is good. And the Packers add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Irving now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bucs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Throwing is Mayfield. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
On third down, it's White. The offense not coming off the field, and here's fourth down. Here comes Otten in motion. Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and over on downs. The Packers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Dobbs headed in motion. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he's just pushing guys out of the way, powering forward for a gain of 8. A handoff running left, it's Jacobs. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Love. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver, and that will lead to a second down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs, running left. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And that's going to lead to a fourth down.
You could just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Irving now on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Baker to throw. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Slot man in motion left. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. Looking middle here, and he's got McMillan. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
On 1st down is Mayfield. That's caught left side by Otten. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a 1st down.
This passing attack is proving to be a lot to handle for this defense, Mike, especially over the last couple plays. 4 plays, 4 passes, 4 1st downs. It doesn't get much more efficient than that. And let's give credit to the offensive coordinator. Don't try to fix it if it ain't broken.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Mayfield to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Keyshawn Nixon. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, here comes Jacobs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. He'll send a tight end in motion right. Now, Jacobs. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor. Here's
Jacobs, and he will not be able to get free. picking up only a yard. Now it's third down. A run up the middle with Jacobs. A gain there of 11. Good for a Green Bay first down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
So, it's a win for the Packers. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. And in the end, they come away with the victory.
Let's go. Where'd you go? We moved the chain. We just gotta get off tempo. That's the only way we're gonna be able to make progress.
And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.